Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thank you, Steve. Today we'll speak with a couple who has been traveling around the country with their 12-year-old daughter while working a remote job and servicing RVs at campgrounds they visit. Today's episode is sponsored by Workamper News. With its Diamond and Platinum membership tools, Workamper News is much more than just a job listing website. When you put the tools of this professional service into action, you'll find out just how easy it can be to turn your workamping dreams into reality. The one-year memberships open the door to a one-stop shop for all things workamping. Being the original resource for workamping, you'll find the largest number of job listings, be able to connect with a community of workampers, and view resources compiled by experts who've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for many years. If you're serious about leading a successful and enjoyable workamping lifestyle, then a Diamond or Platinum membership is for you. You can even get started with a free 30-day trial by visiting www.workamper.com/trial. Embark on new adventures today with the support of Workamper News behind you. Dick and Melissa Karnes are originally from Oregon, but they hit the road full-time in June 2018 with their daughter Madison, as well as 2 cats and 3 dogs. Since then, the family has been able to travel anywhere they want to go at any time because of a unique workamping situation. Melissa is a mortgage underwriter for a Texas lender. She'd been working in that job for many years before convincing her employer that she could still do the work from her RV rather than a home office. She explains how she approached her company about the opportunity and how she ensures all the work gets done with plenty of time remaining for the family to explore an area and really enjoy life. Dick, on the other hand, went through RV service training to primarily keep his own rig in order. The family had too many things planned and places they wanted to go without having to wait several weeks to get their RV fixed if anything were to happen. But while attending classes, Dick realized he could make money to support the family on the road by becoming a certified mobile RV technician. So both he and Melissa completed training to become certified. That way, she can help him with a repair job when an extra set of trained hands would be helpful. It is so easy for Dick to find repair jobs in a campground that if the family is only going to be at the location for a night or two, he will remove the magnetic signs promoting his services from his truck. Otherwise, he said he'll be inundated with repair requests. The Karnes will be slowing down a bit in 2022 because Dick just signed on to work for a company completing solar installs for RVs. The firm is so busy that they're booked already through all of 2022 and will be focusing on only doing installs in southern states and along the eastern seaboard next year. Melissa also describes how she's road schooling Madison and augmenting her education by visiting historical places and allowing her the freedom to study topics she's truly interested in learning. She said Madison is outside more than she ever was in a classroom setting, and that's allowing her to be much more creative and to meet many more people. To tell us more about their adventures and how they're financing their travel dreams, please welcome Dick and Melissa Karnes to the show. Thanks for joining me today, Dick and Melissa. I really appreciate the time. So tell me, how long have you been RVing?
Since June of 2018.
June of 2018. So about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. And I understand that you have a traditional job that you're working from inside your RV. Tell people about that.
Yeah. I personally I'm a mortgage underwriter. So I underwrite mortgage loans for a Texas lender. And so I've been doing that for many, many years. I can do it pretty much anywhere I have internet. So it's I've been doing it basically since we went on the road. That's basically what I've been doing for work. My husband's a tech, but that's what I do.
Okay.
I help him as needed.
Okay. And now, did you say you had this job before you started RVing?
Yeah, I've been working in mortgage since I was in high school. I started in high school. So, long time.
So about 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
Very good. So how did your employer respond when you told him you wanted to go on the RV and asked if you could work from remotely?
I was very upfront right from the get-go when I told him my husband travels for work, and we travel with him. We live in an RV. I said I can be in a different state every day of the week sometimes. And if that's a problem, which I completely is fair, then, just know that that's my situation up front. So I didn't want there to be any questions or any problems after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just very honest and upfront about it right from the get-go. I mean, now today with the remote working opportunity thing, I don't think it's such a hard swallow, but
mm-hmm.
it used to be probably, I think, for people that started long before we did, they kind of paved the way. But I've just always been really honest and upfront right from the get-go.
Very good.
So there's no problem.
Do you have to work specific hours during the week?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a typical 8 to 5, but I work off Central Time Zone, so it's great when I'm on the East Coast because I get to sleep in an hour, and when I'm on the West Coast, it's not
brutal.
as fun. I'm up at 6 a.m., if not sooner.
That's right.
So, but it is what it is, and I don't take it for granted. So I don't, it's a gift because I can underwrite and be sitting at the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta,
mm-hmm.
with balloons going over my head. So, I mean, my office is generally not boring.
Mm-hmm. So what does an underwriter do?
So I'm the credit decision maker on a file. So
okay.
We would meet with a loan officer, and they would take your application, and they would gather all your information, and then it goes into the underwriter, and I analyze credit and appraisal and assets and collateral and all that kind of stuff, and then I make a credit decision. So usually you either love me or you hate me.
So you don't have to have one-on-one conversations then with the lenders, right? So you're doing all of your stuff basically online, which gives you the ability to do it anywhere.
Yeah. And so like on my phone is through my computer. If I have to deal with like processors or, communicate with loan officers, a lot's done through email, if not 90%. I also deal with Teams. We text a lot in Teams.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, even there's times like with today's day and age and technology, it's also connected to my phone. So, I mean, I've had to run out and take, somebody to an appointment, my daughter, let's say, and I have my phone with me and I can still communicate with people at work.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
It's almost hard to get away from work.
Very good. Now, Dick, you work as a RV technician. What prompted you to do that?
Living in an RV.
Yes. And trying to keep your own up, right?
I've always been kind of a hands-on kind of guy anyway, so it really wasn't a whole lot different than living in a home, other than things are smaller and tighter spaces. But, ultimately that really is the answer. We had a lot of things happen to our RV just like anybody else. I mean, not that ours was special or anything, but, it's, and a lot, in today's world, trying to get somebody to come out and fix your RV is, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to do.
It takes time, and you take it in, and they have it for a month.
Right.
So that's not feasible in our lifestyle. So you got to kind of work on the fly.
Now, what did you do before you started RVing?
Oh, lots of things, but mainly my background is pretty much all in welding.
Welding, okay.
Yeah.
So, very good. So what kind of training did you have to take to become a technician, or did you take any training?
A lot of it is on just doing it myself, but we did go through, my wife and I both became certified RV techs through the NRVTA down here in Athens, Texas, the training academy.
Both of you are certified. Yep. Well, that's kind of neat. Yeah.
That way, if he needs the second set of hands, I'm here if he needs me. And, he's saying not only that, but sometimes if you are tackled with a problem and you almost just need to bounce it off somebody else, I can understand what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
So
it's nice to have a second pair of hands when you need it.
Yeah.
When you need it, sure. So while Melissa's underwriting mortgages, you are out fixing other people's RVs. Are you able to find work wherever you go as a general rule?
Yeah. Generally, yes. I mean, I work more the longer we stay at any one place. If we're only there for a night or two, there's a lot of times I don't work. If we're on the go, if we're trying to get somewhere and we're only staying for a night or two, I have magnets on the door of my truck, and if I don't want to work, I don't put my magnets on the doors.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But if there are what we call the gold mine places, are where people live monthly, in their RVs in some of these parks. You can roll in there and you might be stuck for 2 months working on people's stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
all the local techs are so backed up. I mean, they're just, there's a big demand, and the NRVTA, they're pumping out techs left and right. So, at some point, it won't be too bad getting your RV fixed.
Yep.
So it's really as easy as having magnetic signs on your truck that says I'm a certified RV technician and parking it in a campground, and you have enough business to occupy your time for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Well,
and we've actually stayed in parks. We pulled into a park in Florida leaving Florida and trying to get back to Texas, and we were there one night, and we ended up helping a guy who was in a desperate situation who couldn't get a slide in. Sometimes you're at the right place at the right time to help somebody.
Right.
And had we not, he was really trying to figure out what he was going to do, and we were just happened to be pulled into that park that night, and he was just grateful we were there, and we got a slide in so we could get back home.
Mm-hmm. So you really don't do any advertising to promote your repair business outside of the magnetic signs, because you guys are moving. I mean, you were lickety split through the Midwest this summer. I mean, I was impressed. Yeah. I was exhausted just trying to keep up with the updates on Facebook as to what state you were in. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do a lot.
Well, and Dick just accepted a new position, and so I don't think that's going to be any slower. In fact, I think we'll be moving quite a bit more.
Probably a little more often.
What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be helping gentlemen install solar systems on RVs.
There's a couple called the Dry Campers. They put out YouTubers, and he's a premium solar installer, and
fantastic work.
He does beautiful and meticulous work, and he really wanted help, and we completely on a fluke deal ran into them in Bend, Oregon when we were back home visiting, our family back at home, and we met them literally for a couple of hours, and we just hit it off with them, and they reached out and asked if we wanted to go along for the ride, and we decided to go.
I have heard that a lot of RVers are exploring solar just to give them options. The campgrounds are often so full that they can't get in there, but they can get into a park or something like that nearby where they might not have full hookups, but at least they'd have access to electricity. So,
yep.
Okay, very good. Go ahead.
Clean. This gentleman that we're going to be helping, these guys, the Dry Campers, they're booked clean through the end of 2022.
Through the end of 2022 with new installs? Yep. Wow.
With new installs.
Okay.
He's very busy.
Okay. So are you assisting him then? Is he booking these install jobs, and you're just following him around the country trying to get these things installed? Yep. Okay.
It's a opportunity. It's a huge opportunity. We're grateful that it was offered to us, and we're excited. We're very excited about it.
I understand you are traveling with a youngster with you as well.
Yes, we have a 12-year-old daughter, Madison.
Is she 12 years old now? That's incredible. And so she's adjusted well to the RV lifestyle?
I think she's done great with the RV lifestyle. I think that we had a lot of concerns from our friends and family when we first did this. How will she be socialized? What about school? How about her friends? And she probably has 4 times the amount of friends she ever had at home when we stick-built home. She probably has 100 friends on Messenger, and you would be shocked how many times we run into the same family. We're also members of Full-Time Families, which is a great organization, and there are families that are on the road full-time, and they throw rallies, and we've met a lot of great families and friends we'll have for a lifetime. And because of that, they kind of travel around. A lot of them are in Thousand Trail Parks and stuff like that. And so we've run into a lot of her friends. And so even when they meet them and they have to part, 9 times out of 10, they're going to run into them again.
Mm-hmm.
And her schooling, we homeschool her. She's 12 now, so a lot of it's at her own pace, and she does a lot of it on her own, and we come in as she needs. But she gets a great education, and we know what she's being taught, as opposed to some of the stuff being taught in public schools. So I think it's been wonderful for her. I think she's extremely well socialized. She knows kids from little to older than her.
Mm-hmm.
And she interacts with different forms. Yeah, from Washington to Florida, different boys and girls and races and different backgrounds. And I think it exposes her to so many things.
Right. They call the term road schooling, actually, because you guys are on the road. Your home is on the road.
Yeah,
so it's one of the best ways to raise kids, I think. When I've been involved with the industry for a number of years, and I've met a number of these kids who are being road schooled, and it's just incredible that, when you're, for example, the Civil War, you can actually go to Gettysburg and talk with the Rangers, see the battlefields, really immerse yourself in everything that went on there, and come away knowing it top to bottom, much more than watching a film or reading a book in a classroom.
They see it in person. We were studying the Battle of Little Bighorn when we were in Montana. We went right there, and to read and hear about the battle, and then go to see where it actually happened and all the gravestones and to see it changes your whole perspective of it, as opposed to just hearing about it.
Right, I agree.
You're seeing it.
How many hours a day do you think she's in schooling?
It varies. It depends on how many subjects she does, and sometimes, like, if she wants to get off a day early, like she wants to take a long weekend, she'll double up on a day to bust out her schoolwork. Mm-hmm. So she can go 2 hours, and sometimes if she wants to sit and really put her nose to the grindstone so she can have a really long weekend, she can go 4 to 5 hours.
Okay, it's still much less time than you are spending in a traditional classroom, and she's learning just as much, if not more.
And she's outside more than she ever was when she was in a classroom. She doesn't take PE. She runs around half the time. It really teaches the kids to go outside and be creative.
Mm-hmm. Very good. What attracted you to the RV lifestyle in the first place?
What really started us down this path was we lived in Oregon and we didn't want to live there anymore. And so we were trying to figure out, but we both really lived in Oregon most of our lives. And so our initial start was, where would we move to?
Mm-hmm.
And so that started us down that path. And then it was, well, if we wanted to go see a state and explore the state and see what the state has to offer, how could you go about doing that? And then the further and further we got into this, then we kind of stumbled on some YouTubers that are full-time in RVs, and I thought, what a great way to travel and see different parts of the country and different states. And so we just thought we'd go do it for a little while until we found out where we wanted to land, which, we pretty much love Texas. So I'm pretty sure that's where we'll eventually end up. But we had caught the travel bug, and I don't know that we could be stationary for too terribly long.
It hasn't gotten old yet.
It hasn't gotten old for us at all.
Okay. And Madison is still on board with this?
Everybody gets to say this whole deal, and Maddie's on board. You know, not only do we have one child, we have 2 cats and 3 big dogs that travel with us full time. So we have the whole zoo.
We have the full meal deal.
Okay.
So.
Have you had any traditional work camping jobs that we often talk about on this show, like campground host or helping out at one of these other businesses?
Yeah, we were work campers for like 8 months at a campground, and I did housekeeping and office work, and Dick you were maintenance, and we did that for 8 months, and met a lot of work campers through that. In fact, that's how we met you, and we did that for 8 months, and when we were at the recent full-time families rally we were at, there was a guy who just he was a work camper in, was it Grand Tetons? Just in the Grand Tetons. They said they just had the time of their lives. It was a great experience, and they look forward to finding new places to work camp. It's a great way because they're retired, and so they can work camp. It generally, you get your site, you know, for a discount, or sometimes it's included, you know, some pay hourly. I mean, you just have to check in the different benefits where you want to be. But there's almost every campground has something that they need, something that you can offer.
I would agree with that.
So,
now, the reason you're not doing those kind of work camping jobs now are, number one, it looks like you're just traveling really quickly, and you've got full-time job already, so you've got some income coming in. That's got to help, right? Okay.
But super. It's also something we know we could fall back on if we absolutely wanted to, or, you know, needed to, that we know it's out there. And so we wanted to at least try it out, expose ourselves to it, so we could experience it and know what we were talking about, because we recommend it to people all the time. It's probably the number one question asked is, how do you make a living while on the road? Well, if you're willing to stay in certain spots for a short period of time, you know, you can go to the Grand Tetons for the summer and work there during the summer, and you can explore the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone. I mean, how awful does that sound, you know? I think it offers families and folks an opportunity to still make a living, but yet still be able to travel. And you don't have to stay in one spot. You know, you get to negotiate how long you stay. That's part of the deal.
I was talking with another RVer just the other day who was telling me that when he sat down with pen and paper and figured out the costs it would take for him to be living full-time on the road, he was astonished, because he had tied up 60% of his income was for housing in a sticks and bricks home. When you factored in the utilities and the mortgage payment or the rent payment, plus all the insurance that goes in there and the maintenance and things like that, 60%. So by work camping and getting a free RV site when he's doing it, he's saving already 60% of his income. So he needs much less income to enjoy his life. And I think when people sit down and really look at what the costs are, they'll be pleasantly surprised that it is truly affordable.
Yeah, I mean, it's you get the opportunity to still be an RVer and explore an area, but you can make a living while doing it and saving money, but yet you've got more disposable income to go do the fun things that you want to go do while you're in that area.
Right. Have you faced any challenges on the road?
Well, I mean, we've our trucks in the shop right now. So,
right.
You know, I mean, you know, it hauls our home. So you got to really make sure. I think being full-time RVers, you learn regular maintenance on your vehicle and your RV is so critically important. And so when something pops up, you attack it pretty quickly. And as far as that, I mean,
you learn to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
You know, because very rarely is it a rainbows and butterflies day.
Every day is not, what you see through Instagram. There are days you're in our training and you're just like any day when you're in a house and it's raining and you can't really get out and do the things you want to do. It's the same thing. You're just in an RV. I mean, so you got to look past that and realize that, you know, it's not all vacation. And once you get on the road full time, you figure that out pretty quickly, or you get broke real fast.
Right.
You know,
yeah, though we've never had anything to make us quit either.
No,
nothing's ever been that bad. You know, so you know, you roll with the punches.
That's what this teaches you more than anything. This lifestyle teaches you to roll with the punches, expect the unexpected, and learn to laugh it off.
Learn to laugh it off. That's exactly right.
Yep.
Would you recommend taking an RV maintenance course before heading out full time?
Yes.
Absolutely. Every RVer should take it.
Even if you only use your RV for 2 weeks a year, you should. I personally believe you should take that class.
Yep. Because there's so much about an RV that you don't know until you learn it.
And you don't even know what questions to ask because you're too new to the lifestyle, right?
It's a lot of safety stuff that is just good knowledge to have under your belt, and it's also good knowledge to help protect your RV. So absolutely would recommend it. It's worth every penny.
Sure. Now, because you're not in a traditional work camping job where like you're getting a free RV site or things like that, do you have any other perks that you would consider benefits from doing this?
Well, I mean, you get to meet some really great people. If you know, sometimes you get to like work camp in places like Dollywood, you know, and you get perks for doing that. You know, you get access to the park, you know, things like that. Every position or spot or has something to offer, in my opinion. So I look at it as a job with benefits, because you can work a job to make money, but a lot of these times these work camping positions are places where you can go. It's something you want to see already, and there's benefits that come along with it. You know, I work camp in Florida, and geez, there's the beach.
Right.
You know, there's so many benefits. I think you get to pick where you want to go. I just think it's a great way to do this lifestyle, so that people just think you have to have all this money to do it, and there are other ways to skin a cat, and that's one way to go about it. Okay.
Now, you had mentioned that. Go ahead.
Well, I think for us too, one of the perks is, you know, if we go to a place and, you know, we're there for, I don't know, let's say a week, and we absolutely love the place, we don't really have to be anywhere else. We can, as long as we can, you know, extend our stay at that park or get in somewhere near where we're at, you know, we can stay another 2 weeks if we want to, just to see more of the area. So
and a lot of times,
that's huge, I think, for us.
A lot of times, all you have to do is inquire. You know, you guys, almost every campground needs help. You know, just inquire within. Is there any chance that you guys, we like the area, we'd love to stay? Just start the conversation, you know, and you never know.
That's a very good point, because, you know, there might be some special projects or something like that they need done. And would welcome the extra. Yeah.
And had time to advertise for it, or, you know, they haven't even thought about it yet, but you happen to be there and you like the area, and you could just, we ask if, absolutely, just ask the question. Worst thing you say is no.
Okay.
So
now, are you going to be kind of limited in your travels going forward because you're working for the solar company, or are you still going to be able to go pretty much where you want to go?
Well, we've agreed for the next couple of years to go kind of and follow them to their extent. It doesn't mean that if we want, as long as, you know, we're not dropping it on them in a last minute deal.
They travel full time as well.
Yeah, and they also travel full time in an RV, and they've blocked out spots for vacation and stuff like that. And so they've told us, you know, that, you know, there's something we really want to go do, and, you know, just give us notice and we'll see what we can do and stuff like that. I don't feel it's going to hinder us a whole lot. And the best part about this whole deal is where we're going, at least for the next year, is exactly where we wanted to go.
Oh,
so
super. What are some of the places you're going to be visiting?
Well, we're going to be in Texas through March, and then we'll be going south kind of towards Florida, but we're not hitting Florida And then we're going up the eastern seaboard. So we're going to be going all the way up the East Coast, all the way up to Maine. And that's one part of the country we have not gotten to see. So we're really excited.
So it sounds like you almost have an apprenticeship on learning how to install solar systems.
Yeah.
And if you're going to follow this other company for an entire year, you're really going to know what to do. And then you guys can branch off and double their business pretty much.
Exactly.
Yep.
Super.
That's sort of the tip.
That's okay. Do you have any advice to people that are considering becoming a work camper?
Just I would say just go for it. Get a resume together and start applying for positions. I think there's a magazine, a classified you can find.
Workamper News.
Yeah, Workamper News, and just apply for the positions and
find an area that you or figure out what area you want to go to, and just start searching that area, because there will be something out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something.
It may not be exactly what you want to do, but it might just branch you off a little bit to find something that you might know you never liked.
And then the more experience you get, the better shot you have at the next position you'll want.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Now, Melissa, you could probably talk about this. How would you, if you were working a job where you truly could do it anywhere? I mean, if all you needed was an internet connection and electricity, and you're driving into work at a cubicle, what advice would you give to somebody who wanted to do what you're doing? Approach your employer about allowing you to work from an RV. Is there anything that you would recommend for them?
Nowadays with the way things are in the world, remote is pretty much not frowned upon anymore. In fact, companies are really starting to see productivity goes up. There's benefits to remote work. So I would do your research, get your ducks in a row, and present it to your employer. This is what I'd like to do, and I love my job, and I'd like to stay here, but I'd like to be remote so that I could still explore the things I want to explore. And, but be honest, this is a two-way street. If you see my production go down or, have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're honest and upfront, most employers are going to be pretty open to it. I mean, there's always going to be that one that isn't, but that is generally not anymore the norm.
Super. Dick, do you have any last minute advice for people who are contemplating whether or not they've got what it takes to become work campers?
All I can say is do it. If you're thinking about it, if it's something that you think about a lot, it's on your mind a lot, give it a try. Worst case, you can go back to what what was comfortable. But I didn't travel a lot. I was born and raised in Oregon and didn't get out of the state much until my mid 40s. And holy cow, have I seen a lot since then. And I don't know, had we not just decided to jump in an RV and take off, I probably still wouldn't be much outside the state, and it's just been a great experience. Even with the not so great days, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I just do it, give it a go. Because when we finally left our driveway for the last time, we had the mindset of, let's go try this. And if we don't like it, we already know what our life was like, and we can go right back to that somewhere. Let's, if we hate this, we'll just go find a place to live and move in.
Yeah, you can just buy a house and get a job and go right back to where you were.
We went out to try to find a place to live, and we like every place we find. we haven't winter yet. Everything's everything's been so fun and neat, and we can't really, so far, for us, Texas is about the right place, we think. But we've been, there are still a few states we haven't seen. But, as far as to get back to your question, I can't say it enough. If it's on your mind, you should really give it a try. Because if you don't like it, you can always go back to what you know and what was comfortable.
And if it's on your mind that much, it's not going to go away.
Right.
So give it a shot.
Very good. Well, that's sound advice, folks. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It's nice to hear about all of your adventures. And I wish you the best of luck in 2022 as you pursue this new solar opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Greg.
I really appreciate Dick and Melissa Karnes for sharing their story with us today. The family was living in Oregon when they decided they just didn't want to live in the state anymore, but they weren't sure where to move. That's when they stumbled upon some YouTube videos about full-time RVers. Their experiences encouraged the Karnes to hit the road visiting other states to find one that really appealed to them. After 3 years of travel, the family pretty much settled on Texas as a place to call home. They realized there is still a lot of America left to explore. They are members of Full-Time Families, an organization of RVers traveling with children who are school age and younger. There are various rallies and other events for the families to meet each other and for the children to make friends. Melissa said it's surprising how often they run into other families as everyone is crisscrossing the country. Dick and Melissa truly recommend taking an RV maintenance course just to help maintain your own RV so that you're not completely reliant upon finding a mobile technician or an RV dealership to repair something you could fix yourself. They really love the ability to travel wherever they want to go and not be confined to one geographic area for an entire season or longer. So if they pull into an area and really like it, there's nothing requiring them to move on. They're free to spend a week or longer just exploring that region. However, the Karnes have met many people who find the ability to work seasonal jobs to be very appealing to earn a little extra money and save money on their RV sites. But if you have a job that requires you to drive into work to sit in a cubicle and using a computer to do the job, or if you have been working remotely for some time now, you're in an ideal position to take that job on the road. Melissa offered some suggestions on how to approach employees about working remotely in an RV. If you can maintain the same level of productivity, there really is no reason why you can't work traditional jobs from within the RV. If full-time RVing has been on your mind for a while, Dick and Melissa urge you to jump in and give it a try. But if it doesn't work for you, you can always go back to a sticks and bricks home where you were, or relocate to a place you like even more. Who knows, you may love the full-time RV lifestyle and choose to embrace it for several years like a million work campers currently do. Best of all, you don't have to blindly jump into the RV lifestyle. Dreamer's Journey is an online course and community produced by Workamper News. Life is way too short to keep your dreams on hold, so don't be held back by fear because you were designed for more. Get started in the RV lifestyle the right way with this comprehensive guide. For just $29.95 for 1 year of access, Dreamers have unlimited viewing of 50-plus videos to learn things like what type of RV to buy, goal setting, how to budget for the adventure, developing a positive mindset, setting up a domicile, and operating a small business on the road, plus everything about work camping and how to find the right job for you. Each video is 30 to 90 minutes long to give you an in-depth coverage on each topic. There's no wrong time to get started, so for more information, visit www.rvdreamersjourney.com. That's all I have for this week's show. Our next episode will feature an interview with a man who took time to analyze his spending in his sticks and bricks home and realized how little he needed to live if he downsized into an RV and worked at jobs that covered his utilities and parking costs. He'll prove that you don't have to be retired or even have a lot of money in savings to embark upon the RV lifestyle full-time while you're still young enough to enjoy it. I'll have that interview on the next episode of The Workamper Show. Thanks for listening.